Dynamic problems require dynamic solutions. Bitcoin's establishment in the market is largely based on the scarce nature of the coin. However, it's been years that Bitcoin changed with the changing times. That is where Monero hits the market, providing possibly all solutions which Bitcoin lacks. Welcome to CryptoSafe. In today's video, we will be speaking about the very fundamentals that make Monero unique from others, specifically Bitcoin. Furthermore, we will look into the prospects of Monero becoming the coin to have. Before we begin, please allow us to notify you about the monthly giveaway.
Fun coupons! See that? A fun coupon!
To enter, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment. You will be eligible to get $30 as prize money. The announcement of the winners will be made at the end of every month. On that note, let's begin with today's topic.
Stay tuned.
For any market to have a stable hold over its audience, it needs variation. Gold was once considered to be the greatest exchange mode. However, it was understood that gold wasn't accurate enough to become a stable exchange medium as time passed. Well, the matter is almost similar in the present matter. In order to make the market a bit more flexible, the concept of cryptocurrencies was introduced. Making its first appearance as the unique decentralized version, ready to replace the fiat currency, Bitcoin was loved by all. Well, eventually, with the improvement of the entire digital sphere, Bitcoin now lags behind as regular exchange currency. Even the IMO urges the usage of Bitcoin as a payment method to be reduced. What is the cause behind it? Tesla tried to adopt Bitcoin as a payment mode. However, eventually, Tesla gave up on it due to its high environmental contamination properties. Monero claims to be a better and modified version of Bitcoin. Well, in this video, we will review the categories where Monero clicks better than Bitcoin. Starting up with the platform's transaction fees. Transaction fees are the deduction that takes place during the transfer of cryptocurrency. The increment of the transaction fee is directly proportional to the increase in priority of the transactions. Therefore, all higher priority transactions will have an increased transaction fee in order to successfully compete with the other transactions, thereby becoming part of the next block on the blockchain network. Apart from this, another factor where we witness an increase in transactions is when funds initially sent via small transactions are sent again as the size of each transaction data increases. So, on these factors, how is Monero better than Bitcoin? Bitcoin has a fixed block size, which means with the increase in the number of volume or transactions against the room available in the block's mind, the transaction fee is likely to increase. Therefore, one needs to always have a look into the transaction fees and make sure that the same is processed within a reasonable time to decrease the increment in your Bitcoin's transaction fees. On the other hand, Monero solves these problems as its block size is adaptive. Therefore, whenever there is an increase in the transaction volume or priority transactions are witnessed, you will not have to pay higher fees to get your transaction processed. That is due to the adaptive nature of Monero's block. With fluctuations with the transaction volume, the block adjusts itself, changing its room availability. Moving on to the next most important parameter, privacy. Monero is a privacy token that claims to hide your transaction and maintain your anonymity with 100% accuracy. The transactions on Bitcoin are not linked with one's personal information, but are linked with the person's wallet. Because Bitcoin is a public ledger, it is not a difficult job to find out from whose wallet a certain transaction happened. Security has been a major concern when it comes to digital currencies. With the improvement of technology, it has become a far easier job for hackers to take all of our personal information. And Bitcoin willingly offers the same. Your identity will easily be uncovered with only some minor analysis, observing patterns, time zones, and other such pieces. That is why a few million Bitcoins are still missing from the network and no one has any idea. For any normal person with a decent knowledge of tech, your personal identity might not be so easily visible, but anybody would surely know how much money a certain wallet holds, and that is enough to make you a target. Whereas in Monero, it is practically impossible to trace the origin of the transactions made using XMR. Monero has implemented in the year 2018 Bulletproof, which is a protocol especially curated to make transactions confidential, faster, and scalable. However, the issue with bulletproofs was that it was not entirely about adding the privacy feature on the network. It was more bent towards speeding up transactions on Monero and lowering the transaction fees. Post this, in 2020, Monero implemented Dandelion++, which is a tool to hide the IP address linked with nodes, cutting off the risk of identifying information. If this was not done, then any internet service providers using your IP address or by way of virtual network providers or VPN to locate your identity. Originally, Dandelion++ was designed for Bitcoin but implemented on Monero. This tool can essentially find a proxy node to spread and broadcast information symmetrically so that the adversaries looking for information won't track down the parties. Now that we know the fundamental gravity of Monero, let's dive a bit deeper so as to widen our judgment on the potential increase of Monero's adoption in the market. Monero has beautifully surpassed Bitcoin by making itself available for all. Looking forward to the mining algorithm. There is a massive difference in the protocol both platforms uses for their mining. Bitcoin uses the SHA-256 algorithm, and Monero uses GPU mining known as Kryptonite. This results in some distinctions between the two. For example, the Bitcoin algorithm is implemented on much faster custom mining chips known as ASICs or application-specific integrated circuits. This may appear to be a benefit at first glance, especially if you can afford to invest in an ASIC computer for mining, but it has some drawbacks. Because ASIC computers have more computing capability than CPU and GPU equipment, they have a significant advantage. When ASICs are used, it is futile for miners to try to use any other sort of computer. Because these devices consume a lot of power, having a large number of ASICs running produces a concentration of miners in different parts of the world with cheap energy costs. Monero mining is set up in such a way that ASIC processors have a slight advantage over regular computers. As a result, regular individuals may utilize a modest CPU and begin mining on their computer right away, making the process more user-friendly. This feature also provides an edge for Monero miners as it enables higher privacy and greater security. Also, in the coming future, this benefit is likely to get even stronger with the development of passive network monitoring called the Invisible Internet Project, on which the Monero developers are currently breaking their heads. This tool will protect users from passive network monitoring so that their transactions are not traceable. The fundamental flaw in Bitcoin is the lack of privacy. Compromising your privacy will be the first process if you send money with Bitcoin. Monero addresses these concerns by automatically applying privacy measures to each and every transaction. You can rest assured that tainted Monero cannot be acquired. This is referred to as fungibility in economics, and it has long been regarded as an essential property of any currency. The Bitcoin community has attempted to address these issues by introducing mixing capabilities. Monero's automatic privacy feature puts Monero at a higher edge because, for other cryptos, this feature is only optional. Because privacy is always applied to all transactions, you never have to request and then verify if other individuals have enabled a privacy feature when handing you payments. Furthermore, because Monero's privacy features are always on, even if the majority of Monero users aren't concerned about privacy, they will automatically contribute to the strengthening of privacy measures for other users who are. Till now, there are over 180 contributions to Monero's project. It is currently over $4.7 billion. Monero is an ever-improving technology and is moving towards the best. That's all for today's video. Stay safe and please like, subscribe, and share this video and channel. Also, comment on how you like this video, and we will see you all at our next one.